Здравствуй, товарищ! Tonight on Talk is Cheap, we are going to be looking into Boriska, the Russian boy from Mars, also known as an indigo child. Started talking about space and spaceships at a really young age. It's pretty cool. Lots to learn, lots to go over. Stick around on Talk is Cheap. Welcome to Talk is Cheap. On this episode, we got some crazy kid from Russia. Well, or is he from Russia? He's from Mars, according to him. We're going to talk about it. With me tonight, as always, is
Dusty Long. How you been, Pete?
Well, very good, very good. You know, it's summertime in the valley, so keeping us busy.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
You know, all that fun stuff. And, of course, in center stage here with us, as always, as well,
Dan Holfeld.
Well, how are you doing, Dano?
I'm doing great. So you say keeping you busy in the valley is just working hard on that garden, or what are you doing?
Yeah, just, you know, with all the different stuff going on, projects and gardening, and I've been doing a little bit of disc golf on the side.
Did you win your championship?
I have taken first of the last two tournaments I was in.
Holy shit.
You know, nothing, not any pro tournaments or anything like that.
What's the prize?
Money and trophies and...
Women.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, and not very much of any of those. But no.
Wait, where was this held?
There was one down in the small town called Fenimore, and then one in Viroqua.
All right, that explains it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, gotcha.
I made $75 at one.
That's not bad.
I paid for the gas money and
Yeah, why not?
a couple hot dogs at lunch.
That's actually more than we made on this channel already. So.
All right, yeah.
So maybe
Pete's bringing in all the money.
Yeah, I'm rolling in the dough. So, Dusty, before we started here, we were off camera. We were talking about, and we're not going to talk about this too much, but about some photo or something about.
That was last episode.
Last episode, I mentioned it. Yeah, I have it up, and it's I couldn't find the one that I read that was in English, so I'm gonna go ahead and pretend like I know what this says. But I think this is a picture of some guy went out and he found a picture in Egypt, I believe, and it matches almost exactly how it matches over in what NASA released. And of course, I thought this was real, but then I started doing some more research, and not 100% of this is real or not. This might be what Dano did the other day, which was, here, I took this picture and I threw these screens, you know, this filter on it, and I made it Mars.
And I showed you how easy that could be done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
yeah, okay.
It'll be a little bit more research, but I mean, keep your eyes open for them, I suppose. I don't think they'd use something as so iconic as you know, a pyramid, but at the same time, you know, if you are a conspiracy theorist, this might be something to look
Wait,
into.
this is a pyramid?
No, I'm saying they're in Egypt, but they wouldn't take a picture of a pyramid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
I gotcha.
Because there's pyramids all over Egypt.
There's a ton of them buried. All right.
Yes, that's where the.
So yeah, it might have been fake. I
That's
don't know.
where
Doing
the
research.
information is an undiscovered. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk about that.
All right.
Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is
First things first.
Yeah, first things first.
You need to wet the whistle.
I cannot believe I have not ran across this before. I just earlier, about a week or two ago, in one of my news feeds, all of a sudden it said, "Oh, Russian couple claims to have a Martian baby." I'm like, "Oh well, that's just weird enough to get my attention." But this has been going on for a while. I mean, we're probably going on a decade of this kid's story out of Russia, and his name is Boriska or Boriska. Boriska is how I'm pronouncing it. And he's a Russian boy, and exhibited some really advanced traits when he was younger. And like at a very early age, like started speaking at like a year and a half and doing all this crazy stuff, and was able to read a newspaper at 2 years old. So very advanced. Well, he started doing some weird shit basically, and started talking about how he's a reincarnated kind of Martian, and that he had lived in Mars in a previous life, and he was now born to Earth. And I guess I have an article here, just kind of a weird website, but there's lots of news outlets that have run this just in the last couple of weeks, so I just grabbed one to go with it.
Now, are we sure this isn't the kid just grabbed hold of baby Einstein really early and Because I
Yeah.
heard that works really well.
They ran this recently because why? Because I mean, this has been out for a while.
Yeah, it has been. So apparently it's just maybe making another pass through the media or something. I'm not exactly sure.
Or is there a new discovery?
Not that I could tell. I do have a couple things that he had talked about that haven't come to pass, and we'll get to that in a little bit. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about this boy. Okay, his name is Boris K., I will call him. Kiprianovich, I believe that I got that. He's in a town of Russia. He was born in 1996, okay? Since the age of 4, he used to visit a well-known anomalous zone, commonly referred to as the, you can see it on the screen there, Medvedeskaya Griada, a mountain near the town. And he needed to visit this to kind of recharge himself. So anyway, his parents are nice. They're educated. I think his mom is a nurse or a doctor or something like that. So they started noticing Boris's mother is a doctor. They started noticing some weird behavior, starting at the ability to hold his head in only 15 days after birth. He uttered his first word at 4 months and started to pronounce simple words soon after that. He was a year and a half, and he had no difficulties in reading newspaper headlines. So you can see already at age 2, he started to draw and learn how to paint. And then when he turned 2, he went to the local kindergarten. Typically, at least in America, kindergarten is like 5 years old, right? So he's very advanced. He had acquired knowledge that was just impossible for him to have at that age, okay? And he had knowledge of Mars specifically, because that's where he claimed he's from, and the planetary systems. Okay, so let's get into the nuts and bolts here. He used to be a pilot, and he'd fly to Earth for research purposes, and Mars had a catastrophic event that dried up the water and lost the atmosphere, and which is interesting because that's a theme you kind of pick up elsewhere, right? And for a young boy in Russia to be saying this in 1998, 1999 is kind of significant, right? Mm-hmm. He speaks about the fall of Lemuria, one of the ancient civilizations, right? When you start talking Lemuria, you start talking about Atlantis and other lost civilizations, ancient technology, stuff like that. Thank you, Dan. He claims that the Lemurians died because they ceased to develop themselves spiritually and broke the unity of their planet. Okay, which is kind of some weird parallelisms right now, right? Because
that's what we're doing.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. Is we're turning into a godless planet or a bastardized religious planet,
Especially if we elect Hillary. So.
Not
Not to rain on your parade.
Yeah. Big Trump fan over here, everybody.
Freedom. Make America great again.
Oh God, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. So anyway. So as he went through, his mom asked him, how he remembers this. Well, it's implanted in him, in his brain. The bigger picture is that Boriska isn't alone. There's been other instances of kids and people that exhibited this stuff, and they refer to them as indigo children or star children, although that's not to be confused with like the star child skull, the elongated skull. That's different. But basically, they're these extraordinary children. They exhibit traits. Some more of the modern explanations, right, are it's a form of autism or maybe a mental deficiency or something like that. But anyway, they're referred to as indigo children. He claims humans live eternally, and on Mars there's a nuclear war, which was the catastrophe. And then they came down here and started kind of taking our form on Earth. A huge difference is in Mars, they breathed carbon dioxide. On Earth, they breathe oxygen, and they say on Mars, they don't age. They get to be about 30, 35, and that's where they stay.
She said back then they breathed carbon dioxide.
Yeah, because, or back in his original life, he breathed carbon dioxide because he still claims that I believe he's claiming that there's people still living underground at Mars after the fallout. Everybody went underground. Mm-hmm. But he claims that breathing Earth's air ages us. And so that's why he's when he comes down, he ages, but he goes to Mars, you don't age, right? Yeah, he does claim that people still live there. If they flew to our planet now, they would have to spend all the time standing next to pipes and breathing in fumes because they're dedicated carbon dioxide breathers.
So they breathe in carbon dioxide. Do they expel oxygen then?
They did
Kinda
not
like
get
we do?
into that.
Like the exact opposite?
It could be, maybe more.
Invite them on over.
That's a
Yeah.
good
You just,
question.
you just hitch one to every damn tailpipe, drive around with one on the backside of you. And then,
There you
Yep. Boris was able to draw pictures of interplanetary UFOs, describe different designs for UFOs and what their purposes were. He described different energy sources and propulsion systems between energy, ion, and some other ones as well. He claimed that you couldn't use gasoline because there's too much power created, force required. It would burn through the fuel cells too quick. Here's a description of one of his UFOs. Okay, it's very strange. It has 6 layers: the upper layer of solid metal, the second layer of rubber, third layer of metal, the last layer with magnetic properties. If we give energy to the magnetic layer, the spaceship will be able to fly across the universe. One of the interesting things, I don't know if this article says it, but when he was describing this, there was, in school, he was not taught yet what percentages were. So this is something he had gleaned. Now, obviously, he's a smart kid, he's advanced or whatever, but that was one of the things they noticed about how he was throwing percentages out there.
really?
Right? But that said, I add this up. It has 6 layers, 25, 30, 30, and 4.
It's 89. 30, 60, 70, 89.
Yeah, well, and then we're missing what are the 4th and 5th layers made of, because it skips from 3rd to the last, right? So anyway, he
Of course, they're not going to tell us.
Yeah,
the kid's
eventually-
probably right. You know.
Yep, he eventually got booted out of school because he kept correcting the teachers. Okay, and
You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Those
right.
are your overlords.
well,
supposed to be
and you're
institutionalized.
in Russia. He probably got his ass whooped a bunch too by the teachers. So, here's a video here. We're not going to spend the full hour.
Jeez.
This is a Project
I
Canwa.
watched this a long time ago. Very interesting.
Here, let's.
Can barely remember it.
Mercury, Венера,
So it's Mercury, Venus,
Земля,
Earth, Mars. So there was some point, some spot on the Jupiter of different color. He doesn't remember the color, but remember there was a spot.
A spot on Jupiter.
Yeah.
You saw these planets how?
ну в пространстве.
Kind of a space.
Я плохо рисую, поэтому я точно не могу нарисовать.
And you see these planets from a spaceship or from the planet, or how did you see them?
Ну да,
Планеты
с корабля,
from the
потому что
spaceship.
From a
с Марса не
spaceship.
увидишь их.
You cannot see them from Mars really.
I see.
Не, ну вообще когда летал там в космосе, на Марсе еще когда жил.
He just remembers stuff about Mars.
Right.
So, why these indigo children are here and why they're being born, according to Boris, at a more rapid rate, is that we're going to experience a change in our planet, in our society.
What kind of change?
Well, catastrophic
I can
change.
see that
Yeah,
coming.
and because we're losing our way, and so these children are supposedly put here as they grow up, they can help us through the enlightenment, if
I
you
thought
will.
this was into the 4th density that I was talking about 2 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago.
Yeah. Where their next
Fourth
change, yeah,
density.
the first. Yeah, I remember you talking about it.
Yeah.
You remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh, he wasn't here.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Oh,
TC, do you remember that?
Absolutely.
So going into 4th density, that's what it's all about, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah. Then we'll all be.
So, for those of us that may not be all caught up on episodes, what's the 4th density?
Basically, there's going to be like no hate or anything. It's going to be
Oh.
more higher level because 1st density was like
I can't
grass and rocks, and then 2nd was animals. 3rd is where we're at right now. So
Okay.
4th is going to be the next.
So an enlightenment.
Yeah.
Enlightenment,
Transition.
Transcend,
Enlightenment,
yeah.
yeah.
I like
Sure.
that. Yeah.
Okay, so and we really can't do justice to this in the time that we were spending on it, but I would encourage folks to keep an eye on this one because it's got staying power.
I like indigo is the color blue, right?
Indigo,
sure, yeah.
like
It's like
a
a
purple
purplish
blue.
blue color.
Yeah, it's
What,
blue,
what
indigo,
were we just
violet.
talking about with the blue? These are indigo
Oh.
people.
That people with blue eyes are descended from ancient gods.
Cha-ching!
Really?
Cha-ching!
Yep.
Yeah,
I thought
I
you
did
did look
see
like.
it.
Oh yeah.
I thought you looked like Buddha a little bit.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
yours blue?
No.
Nope, they're
No?
hazel. What
No,
color are
green.
yours? Not blue enough. You'll be my servant.
4 out of 5 ain't bad.
Yeah, so yeah.
Speaking
TC
of which, coming up next week,
What?
I talk more about the defining genetics that in a secret project about why they chose this certain race.
Really?
Anyway, continue.
I was just gonna say, TC just sent me the article. I was gonna do some research on it. There wasn't a lot, but it was talking about the Anunnaki and all this other stuff. And then people with blue eyes were considered to be royalty, or all this other stuff. So I was like, yeah. And so now you have the indigo children.
Yep.
So blue happens to be the color of the people that are going to inherit the earth.
Okay, good.
Martians.
Hitler had some very similar thoughts to that, but anyway, we won't go there.
I see how it is.
So anyway, supposedly some of these indigo children are put on Earth and they don't realize their potential, or they're kind of snuffed out, or they learn to control it because they realize that societal pressures, right? It's not acceptable to express this, so they kind of stifle it. But if you're ever wondering if you're an indigo child/adult, I did find a website that have 25 characteristics. So we're all going
I'm
to take a
excited.
little
Yes.
test here to
All
see.
right.
We're all pretty weird as it is, so this could just add fuel to the fire.
I'm interested to see what Andy says.
So we need his fuel.
Anyone could have a few of these traits, but indigo children and adults have most or all of these. Okay. Okay, so indigo child adult characteristics are intelligent, though they may not have had top grades.
Yeah, I'll work with that one.
Okay, is anybody gonna say no? I'm too stupid. So all right, boom.
Yeah, there you
that
go.
That's no
That's a
brainer,
freebie.
right? They're creative and enjoy making things.
No, okay. Well, we're doing a YouTube show, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to know why, especially when they're being asked to do something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
They had disgust and loathing for much of the required and repetitious work in school.
Yep. I
We're-
hate repetition.
We're rebellious in school, or refused to do homework and rejected
I
authority.
hated homework, but
Yeah.
I did it just to satisfy those son of a bitch.
Exactly.
Because you wanted to rebel, but you didn't dare, usually due to parental pressure.
Yep.
You've experienced early existential depression and feelings of helplessness. These may have ranged from sadness to utter despair.
Yes.
Suicidal feelings while still in high school or younger are not uncommon.
Yes.
Have difficulty in serving or in service-oriented jobs. Indigos resist authority and caste system of employment. You, Dano, I know that you like to hang out in your little dungeon in the back.
See,
and-
I'm not so bad now that I switched to this job because it's quiet at night.
Yeah.
But during the day, forget about it. Politics are son of a bitch.
Yep. Prefer leadership positions or working alone to team positions
Yep.
while you're in charge.
Exactly
So,
what I do.
yep. Have deep empathy for others, yet an intolerance of stupidity. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
I know that I know the back end of that, but the deep empathy for others we probably could all work on, right?
I have plenty of empathy.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe extremely emotionally sensitive, including crying at the drop of a hat.
I can't. I have to be thinking
Okay.
of something.
I do the best I can
So
to
we'll
shield
scratch
my.
that one off. So yeah, at best you're gonna get us 24 out of 25 here, then, right? Because you guys don't. I don't cry. in
it
front of
depends on
people.
what it is, I guess.
Yep. Kitty catapults. Where
But
are
it
we
says
here?
also maybe the opposite and show no expression of emotion.
Oh, full shielding.
Oh, right. Yep. There you go. Thank you for finishing that out, TC.
Well, that makes sense.
So I'm here
Yep.
for.
They may have trouble with rage. I did when I was a young kid. I had a hell
I
of a
think this guy on
temper.
my
Yeah.
right might have a little trouble.
I saw him bite
Just
the
a
head off
little
a bit.
bit. No, that's why I went to water.
So, and I'm not going to read through this list, but it goes on and on.
and I'm trying to read it too, and I want to finish it, but
have strong
I'll be
intuition.
honest,
Wow.
this up here, intelligent, yeah, like you said, everyone's going to say yes. Creative, I think everyone wants to be creative in some sort of way.
Yep.
Always want to know why. That's as a leader already, the most important message I can give my team is why we're doing something. And that, so a lot of these to me, and maybe it's because I would assume that I would answer a lot of these the same. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that's a big one there, man. Yep.
So a lot of these, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because we all agree. That's why we do the shows together and everything else. That we'd all agree with this. But I kind of feel as though that why thing, everybody wants to know why. If you walk down, if I tell my team, listen, we're
Yeah,
going to
that's
go
a good
ahead
one
and
I
we're
was
going to paint
thinking.
this. Some of the guys are like, well, why? And I think so. I wonder if some of these are kind of made that like that's so broad that anyone could answer yes to it to make them feel good. You know,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yep.
I want to say though, like,
I mean, 'cause I agree with a lot of these that I'm reading.
If these indigo children are coming in, that's the whole point, is to try to improve the world, right? So
I suppose,
that's what
yeah.
a lot of these are. So if you gradually have this burning desire in all these, you know, they all might not fire, but if you throw all those bullets down there, hey, maybe one of them's gonna, you know, ignite, and then we'll get the earth changing the way it should be, you know,
Right.
start shaping
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and waking people up.
Yep.
That's definitely Dan
This is
there.
Dan right here. They explore alternative types of sexuality. You want that massage?
He wants that massage so damn
I
bad.
want a tantrum massage, and it's no fucking secret.
Sexually are very
But
expressive.
in the U.S., they're kind of frowned upon.
Because it's like prostitution, you mean?
But it's like, it'll be good because you pay it and you get your service instead of, I got to take her out to a date. Oh, we got to wait till the third date. And then maybe you're lucky it'll work.
Sweetie,
And then you're
I
not
enjoy
getting your
our
full
date
benefit.
time together. Just so you know,
Oh
I really
my
enjoy
God,
the
yeah.
time we spend together. Okay, so anyway, we're over time. Folks, really look into this. This is crazy. There's hours and hours of videos, research you can do on this, and I'd like to hear some thoughts and feedbacks. We didn't even have time to talk about the predictions he made. He had claimed that there was a catastrophe in 29, a catastrophe in 2013 that was going to happen. What is it? We don't know.
Oh, you
2029?
didn't figure that out?
No, I tried. There's too many catastrophes to keep track
Oh.
of.
Probably the economy. The economy was 2008.
Well, if you really want to get into it, if you look at it, Obama was sworn in 2009 and then sworn in again in 2013.
I'll accept that answer.
Nothing's really improved. So
Yeah, I tried to find. I googled 2009 global catastrophes, and it's where do you start? Natural disaster, economic, social. It's all happening. It's this. The world is crumbling
Real
around
quick,
us.
like when I was talking about the changes coming, now we're seeing the UK now, the EU falling apart. So
Yeah.
that's
anger.
And that's just a ploy to usher in the new world order, though.
no, the New World Order was the European Union, so breaking it up.
I think Britain's got
Just
tired
wait.
of it because they were getting the shaft of the short end of the deal. A lot of that, yeah.
But then we're talking about the North American Union too that they're trying to bring in.
Yeah,
Look at, I just happened to read this. I know we're trying to
It's
get
a
out of
power
here,
struggle.
but anger at rights being taken away, fear and/or fury at Big Brother watching you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could say that I agree with almost all of these things, but I mean, so what? I ain't getting famous being.
Well, I bet you like all the people that are coming in are indigo. You
Think
don't
so?
have that old style of thinking anymore. That's what it is. It's in mass. It's
Yep.
changing.
Yep.
No, maybe it'll change the political system too someday.
That's working on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
all right.
So come on, Bariska. Let's get this planet straightened out, man. I'm on your team.
Yeah, Team Bariska.
Yes, there we go.
I like it.
Team B, TB. Hey, thanks everybody for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We always love that. And don't forget, hashtag bald guy sucks. Thank you. Talk is cheap. Out.
Oh, damn time.
He claims that Mars, dead air. We'll catch it in editing.
Now you just fucked it up.
I did, yeah, totally. So anyway, yeah, because I made it a point to say it. Sorry, Dan.
You can't say dead air.
Yeah, I can't say dead air. Okay. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, share. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, hashtag tweet,
Subscribe.
Shit. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Go like, share, comment, subscribe. It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe.
All right, everybody.
Hashtag
Hope you
bald guy
enjoyed.
sucks.
Yes. Okay.